In 2026, the concept of hybrid warfare has evolved into a sophisticated, multi-domain threat, blending conventional military tactics with non-kinetic approaches. This modern form, frequently observed in ongoing global conflicts, involves state and non-state actors employing advanced cyber attacks, pervasive disinformation campaigns, economic coercion, and proxy forces. Defense IQ analysts highlight the increasing integration of artificial intelligence and deepfake technologies, enabling faster, more targeted influence operations that blur the lines between peace and conflict. The background to this evolution lies in the rapid technological advancements and the desire to achieve strategic objectives without triggering overt conventional war. Consequently, nations face unprecedented challenges in identifying, deterring, and responding to these ambiguous threats, demanding comprehensive national security strategies. The pervasive nature of hybrid warfare profoundly reshapes traditional security paradigms and international relations. The week of March 14 to 20, 2026, saw continued intense fighting across key sectors of the Ukrainian front lines, particularly in the Donetsk and Zaporizhzhia regions. Ukrainian General Staff reported repelling numerous Russian assaults daily, with an estimated 800 enemy casualties and dozens of armored vehicles destroyed throughout the period. Humanitarian organizations, including ReliefWeb, highlighted the escalating civilian impact, documenting at least 15 civilian deaths and 40 injured from sustained artillery and drone strikes in frontline settlements. This period reflects the ongoing war of attrition, now in its fifth year, with both sides consolidating positions and launching localized offensives. The persistent violence continues to displace thousands and severely damage critical infrastructure, exacerbating the humanitarian crisis. The week underscored the devastating human cost and the relentless nature of the protracted conflict. Russian forces have initiated a significant new offensive push in eastern Ukraine this week, concentrating thousands of troops and armored vehicles towards the strategic city of Pokrovsk in the Donetsk region. This surge comes as Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky expressed profound concern about the potential impact of escalating conflict in the Middle East, specifically involving Iran, on international support for Kiev. Speaking from Kiev, President Zelensky cautioned that a sustained conflict in the Persian Gulf could divert crucial military aid and global attention away from Ukraine's pressing needs. The context for this worry is the ongoing four-year war, where Ukraine remains heavily reliant on Western military and financial assistance. The new Russian offensive, coupled with the Middle East's geopolitical volatility, presents a critical, two-front challenge to Ukraine's war effort. Ukraine's conflict has unequivocally transformed into a grueling war of endurance, demanding immense and sustained sacrifices from its people and military as it enters its fifth year. This protracted struggle extends beyond the battlefield, encompassing severe economic strain, the psychological toll of continuous conflict, and the massive human cost, with tens of thousands of lives lost and millions displaced. The initial swift invasion by Russia in February 2022 quickly evolved into a prolonged attrition battle, requiring Ukraine's international allies to provide consistent, long-term military and financial support. This ongoing commitment is crucial for Kiev to maintain its defensive capabilities and rebuild essential infrastructure. The conflict has become a testament to Ukraine's national resilience while simultaneously highlighting the immense, ongoing sacrifices required for its survival and sovereignty. For years into the full-scale invasion, maps of Ukraine vividly illustrate the profound territorial shifts and the ongoing struggle for control with Russia. Approximately 18% of Ukrainian territory, including Crimea and significant portions of the Donbass and southern regions, remains under Russian occupation. Key frontlines, particularly in the east and south, have seen incremental but fiercely contested movements over the past year, with no major breakthroughs for either side since late 2024. This geographical struggle impacts millions of civilians, many of whom live under occupation or in war-torn areas, facing daily shelling and humanitarian challenges. The strategic importance of cities like Bakhmut and Avdiivka, which saw brutal fighting, underscores the high stakes of every territorial gain or loss. The evolving map of Ukraine starkly reflects the brutal reality of the territorial conflict and its profound human impact. The conflict in Ukraine is increasingly foreshadowing a compute war, where technological superiority, particularly in computational power and artificial intelligence, will define future battlefield advantages. Experts from the Atlantic Council suggest that by 2026 and beyond, AI will be central to targeting, logistics, real-time intelligence analysis, and the coordination of drone swarms, fundamentally reshaping military operations. Both Ukrainian and Russian forces are rapidly integrating advanced data processing capabilities to enhance reconnaissance and electronic warfare. This evolution stems from the rapid advancements in AI and its observed early utility in the current conflict, pushing the boundaries of autonomous systems. The implications are profound, potentially redefining military doctrine and raising ethical dilemmas concerning decision-making speed and human oversight. The escalating compute wars in Ukraine signals a fundamental shift in military strategy, making technological prowess increasingly decisive. Ukraine solemnly marked the 4th anniversary of Russia's full-scale invasion on February 24, 2026, with a national day of mourning to remember the tens of thousands of soldiers and civilians who have died. Commemorative ceremonies were held across the country, with President Volodymyr Zelensky attending a poignant service in Kiev alongside military leaders and families of the fallen. The day served as a powerful reminder of the immense human cost of the conflict, which began in earnest for years prior. Public grief was palpable, yet it was intertwined with a renewed sense of national unity and determination to defend Ukraine's sovereignty. These solemn commemorations reinforce the nation's resolve and underscore the profound sacrifices made in the ongoing struggle for its independence. The increasing pace of modern warfare is challenging the human capacity for decision-making, with expert Paul Wells noting that humans may not be able to make decisions at the speed modern war requires. This observation highlights a critical shift driven by the rapid integration of artificial intelligence and autonomous systems into military operations globally. The need for real-time data processing, immediate threat assessment, and millisecond response times in contexts like drone swarm coordination and advanced electronic warfare exceeds human cognitive limits. This shift is a direct consequence of the accelerating technological arms race, where AI-driven systems offer unparalleled speed and precision. Consequently, military strategists are forced to re-evaluate traditional command structures and grapple with ethical considerations surrounding the delegation of critical decisions to machines. This critical insight suggests that future conflicts may demand a fundamental re-evaluation of human roles and the integration of artificial intelligence in military command. The Pentagon is currently considering a significant policy shift that could divert critical military aid originally earmarked for Ukraine towards urgent security needs in the Middle East. This potential reallocation, discussed by senior U.S. Department of Defense officials, would involve redirecting artillery shells, air defense systems, and other essential military hardware. The deliberation stems from an escalating crisis in the Middle East, requiring immediate reinforcement for key U.S. allies in the region. Ukraine, which has relied heavily on consistent American military assistance since Russia's full-scale invasion 4 years ago, would likely face significant challenges to its defensive capabilities if this aid is reduced. Such a diversion would strain the U.S. defense industrial base further and potentially alter the strategic balance in both the Middle East and Eastern Europe. This move could significantly challenge Ukraine's defense, potentially altering the strategic balance in both regions. For years after Russia's full-scale invasion, a stark visual record chronicles the devastating impact of the war across Ukraine, from its cities to its front lines. Al Jazeera's In Pictures series captures the scale of destruction, the resilience of the Ukrainian people, and the immense human cost endured since February 24, 2022. The images depict bombed-out residential buildings, families sheltering in subway stations, emergency responders sifting through rubble, and the daily lives of soldiers in trenches. They also showcase moments of national unity, humanitarian efforts, and the unwavering spirit of civilians adapting to life under conflict. This visual chronicle serves as a powerful, undeniable testament to the ongoing devastation and the profound sacrifices demanded by the protracted war. Denmark's Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has successfully formed a new government, bringing an end to months of complex negotiations following the general election held in November 2025. The leader of the Social Democrats will head a broad coalition, reportedly including the Liberal Party and the newly formed Moderates, securing a stable majority in the Folketing. The extensive 75-day talks focused on critical policy areas such as healthcare reforms, ambitious climate targets, and economic stability amidst global challenges. This agreement aims to provide a robust governmental foundation after no single party achieved a clear majority in the parliamentary elections. The successful formation of this broad coalition aims to provide stable governance and address key national challenges for Denmark. A recent poll conducted by the Brennan Center for Justice reveals overwhelming public demand for comprehensive solutions to government corruption across the United States. The survey indicates that approximately 85% of voters believe addressing corruption is a top priority for political leaders. Concerns span various issues, including undue influence from corporate lobbying, opaque campaign finance practices, and perceived abuses of power within government institutions. This public sentiment reflects a long-standing erosion of trust in democratic institutions, exacerbated by recent political events and controversies. Voters are calling for concrete measures such as stricter ethics laws, enhanced transparency in political funding, and independent oversight bodies. The poll underscores a widespread public mandate for political leaders to prioritize and implement concrete measures to restore trust in democratic institutions. Canada has officially confirmed the purchase of 26 M142 high-mobility artillery rocket systems, known as HIMARS, from the U.S. government, marking a significant upgrade to its military capabilities. The deal, valued at approximately $1.2 billion Canadian dollars, includes associated equipment, munitions, and training. This acquisition is a cornerstone of Canada's ongoing efforts to modernize its armed forces and enhance its long-range precision strike capabilities, aligning with its commitments to NATO collective defense. Deliveries for the rocket launchers, manufactured by Lockheed Martin, are expected to commence in early 2027. This strategic investment will significantly bolster the Canadian Armed Forces' ability to operate alongside allies and respond to evolving global security challenges. This strategic acquisition significantly bolsters Canada's long-range precision strike capabilities and reinforces its commitment to modernizing its military for future defense challenges. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order mandating that companies developing advanced artificial intelligence models provide the U.S. government with early access to their safety test results and critical data. The order, issued from the White House, applies to companies creating foundational AI models and aims to mitigate national security risks and ensure economic stability before public release. This move comes amidst rapid advancements in AI technology and growing concerns among policymakers about its potential misuse and the competitive edge foreign adversaries might gain. While national security experts largely welcome the directive, some tech companies and civil liberties advocates have raised concerns about potential stifling of innovation and privacy implications. The order sets a precedent for direct government oversight in the rapidly evolving AI sector, balancing innovation with national security imperatives.